mkombozi wetu. Tujitoe wenyewe, tusimame pamoja kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote, tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika. Chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
Welcome once again, our viewers. It's Wednesday. Welcome to This Is Me Talk Show. Today I'm back with my colleagues, my panelists, also my guests. Today we are going to have a new topic that we are going to discuss about, as always. Before we go very far, I'm the host of this talk show called Dennis, and my fellow panelists, they will introduce themselves and my guests for today. So before we go very far, I would like to introduce my guests on my left-hand side as we continue the show. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Sachi Naumre, asylum seeker in Zambia. Thank you for hosting me today.
Hello everyone, I'm called Chimadan. I'm a refugee from Zambia.
Thank you very much. Again, we are going to have our panelists. As always, they are going to introduce themselves, then we'll continue with the show.
Good afternoon, everyone, wherever you're watching from. We are humbly excited to be back again on this beautiful Wednesday. By name, I'm Gaetano Adoekango, a proud gay man. Thanks.
My name is Vincent Mugera. I welcome you all on this show. Thank you for viewing us. Be blessed.
Hi everyone, as usual, my name is Natunda Valentine. Thank you for watching us once again.
Thank you very much, our viewers. Thank you very much, our producers. Thank you very much, HTV. Today we are having our topic, and our topic of today is Ugandan asylum seekers' life in Zambia. Uh, Today we are going to discuss the challenges, the problems, the ups and downs that we are meeting, we as LGBT asylum seekers who lives in Zambia. So I'm going to give, because we are late already, so I'm going to give an opportunity first to my first panelist, Valentine, to talk about how are we what are we facing here in Zambia first.
Uh, Thank you, Dennis, for this opportunity. Specifically, we are facing a lot of problems here within Zambia due to the case that, first of all, this is not our country. We are not used to it. It's a new country, so we've faced climate changes of which we never used to be aware of. This there is too much sunshine sometimes and too much coldness sometimes, of which we are not used to that. And unfortunately, that we are not provided by the UNHCR with the materials that could help us overcome certain kinds of climate changes. For example, when it's too cold and we were only, like for me, when I reached here, I was only provided with a mattress without a cover, without a bed sheet, nothing like that, on a mattress, of which I had to endure the kind of coldness that I found here. So coldness or climatic changes have really hurt us so much. There is also shortage of food. We really don't have food because we are asylum seekers. We are not allowed to work unless you have a working permit. And unfortunately, we don't have donors that do provide for us with food to eat. We hustle enough, like you have to do everything to make sure that you get something to eat and you survive. So we've been in shortage of food that particular time. That's one of the problems that we are facing a lot, because we were also put in a very far place from town. You know, when you're within town where their market is, you can try to get food at a very particular low price. But there where we stay, their food is very expensive, and transport that can bring you to town to look for something cheap is also enough to feed you for some good days. So particularly, even food shortage has been one of the most things that we've been facing. I think my other panelists can add on that, because there are a lot of problems that we are facing here in Zambia.
Thank you, our viewers. My name is Vincent again. We are here in this nation as a country which is new. We were not used to it. I personally have faced a lot of challenges in this country. Uh, First of all, being that we came from our country, Uganda, we reached here, we found a new environment. Uh, First of all, I myself have been facing a lot of depression. You think a lot about what you left in Uganda. You think about what is next, and you feel like you're not figuring it out. The country itself, for us being in LGBTQ community, the country itself is among the countries which are not yet well informed about the rights of the LGBTQ community members. So You find that in the community where we live, people, once they learn that we belong to LGBTQ community, they are also discriminating us. Someone fears to talk to you, you stand, you see people pointing and whispering to each other, you feel you're not fitting in the community, you feel, you start feeling fear, that you feel that fear, you don't feel safe at all. So we don't feel safe at all. Secondly, like she has said, another thing has been lack of help. We appreciate that UN has given us shelter where to sleep, which was good. They gave us shelter and a mattress, but for really nothing more than that we have received. For example, in my case, I came here in early July. Since then, I received that mattress and a room where to sleep with my fellow refugees I found there. So since then up to now, as I speak, I've never received anything, maybe even if it is $1 or 1 kilogram of food or whatever, any help from UN, I have never received. Besides that, I have never seen anyone coming from the staff, from the UN staff, coming to check on us or coming to ask what we are going through or to inquire of which help they can render to us. So it is also contributing a lot of depression and stress to us. That is what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome also Mr. Gaetano to share with us the experience of Zambia.
Thank you so much, our viewers, wherever we are watching from. We are really humbled because wherever you are on, like wherever you are watching from, we feel proud, like at least we have people who are following us. So basically where I can start from, like when we left our country, we came here to seek for asylum, of which I really appreciate the UN. And I also maybe thank the government for registering us, because if they had not, if they had rejected us, we wouldn't have been here by now. But at least we want to thank them for taking that mandate to register us. Actually, the challenges that I've faced when I'm here, there's so many. Actually, there's so quite many challenges that we have faced. Me personally and the colleagues I've been staying with. So first of all, I will talk about their basic needs of life. Like as my colleagues have talked about, you need food, you need water, you need electricity. I don't know what UN was, or actually what they thought of. How would you rent a place and call it a safe house? And at the end of it all, you make the people that you consider to be refugees are the one contributing for water bills. They're the one paying. They're the ones paying for electricity bills, and only they work with you and all about paying rent. Sincerely, we are totally demoralized with such kind of incidents that happen, because when we reached there, UN even a single bag of portion wasn't provided to us. Ever since we came early July, we've never received anything from UN. Anyway, I will not talk much about that because my colleagues have already talked about it. Anyway, we have also other challenges we face in the community where we stay. Being that like we belong to the LGBT community, first of all, the community where we are. If it wasn't because maybe we are registered by the government and maybe we are under UNHCR, by now I think we would be vandalized from the place where we are staying. Because people don't want us there. It's because they get scared. Actually, they only get scared when they see that maybe UN vehicles are around there. I see. We are being discriminated from the community. However much we are under UN protection, but in the community we cannot. If at all where UN put us, it was a safe house, and indeed it was a real safe house, I think we wouldn't even be coming out. But at least sometimes, as you have to go outside and look for food, but you cannot go out there and start introducing yourself as a gay man or as a lesbian or as a trans. I think because the community will automatically kill you. Even they report it to the police, because even the country where we are, it is against, actually they are against the homosexuals in their country. So even the laws are there, the bills are there. So once you are caught, you are either imprisoned, you are either killed, so wherever it is. But we've really gone through a lot of challenges, Some of us are even, we have mental illnesses that we faced, being in that place whereby you have nothing to eat. You have nothing to eat for almost 6 months. It has really been a hard time for us. But at least we cannot say that, above all in all, we cannot say that the Lord has not been there for us. We really want to thank God for being there for us, and all the people that have supported us. Indeed, they stood with us. UN has never helped us. That's what I can say. They only gave us shelter, and the rest of the thing, it was us. So just imagine, put yourself into our situation, and imagine you've left your country because of so many difficulties or so many indifferences with your families, maybe the community you were running from. So you reach where you think maybe UN as UN, it is a safe place for the homeless. We are given shelter, but if you give me shelter and you don't provide, where do you think I should get that money let me to feed myself? You are supposed to provide for me even food. I've run because of circumstances. I've run because of so many issues. So it doesn't matter. Wherever you're coming from, at least food, I think. So I don't want to talk so much, but during the course of the discussion, it shall be interactive. Thank you so much, my co-host.
Thank you very much, my panelists. Now I'm going to welcome my guest, Mukulu Dan. Embeera gwe kuba ono gwe ngenda kuintroducinga abaddeko mu Zambia for over 2 years now. So he has experienced a lot. So Mukulu Dan, tubuulireko embeera gy'oyiseemu mu myaka ebiri, almost myaka ebiri n'ekitundu buli wano, ekuyisizza etya?
Webale nnyo mukulu. Webale nnyo mukulu Dennis okumpa omukisa guno okwogerawo ku TV. Nakamala muno ngera kuweza myaka 3 mu Zambia. Bansooka ne banteeka mu kampu ewali abantu abasosoze ennyo. Simanyi gye bajja lugambo nti Uganda, buli Munnayuganda ajjamu abamusiyazi. Wakuulira ng'oyogera Oluganda nga batandika okukusosolerawo nti oli musiyazi, ogenda tebakkiriza kunyumyako n'abantu balala. Tosobola kuba mukwano gw'abantu abo bonna abali mu kampu abalala. Tosobola kubaako muntu gw'osobola kunywa naye atali Munnayuganda, nga bakutulaga batusosolerawo. Katonda n'atuyamba ne basobola otuggyawo mu kampu ne batwala e Kyongwe UN, nga tumanyi kati awo UN twawudde, tumanyi tugenda kufuna embeera nga tuli mikono gya UN. Naye bwe twatuuka e Kyongwe, UN yakitumalako nga ffe tulina okwesasulira amazzi, ffe tulina okwesasulira kasasiro, ffe tulina okwesasulira amasannyalaze, ng'ate batugaba tutte mu safe house. N'obujjanjabi bwennyini nga ffe tulina okwetwala ku ddwaliro erya gavumenti. Uweesitule nga bagamba olwala olina okwesitula newetwala ku ddwaliro lya gavumenti bakujjanjabe ate nga omanyi nti kati ffe tulina endwadde ezaffe nga ffe abasiyazi zetuyitamu nga tolina ogenda kusanga ogenze ddwaliro lya gavumenti tolina ogenda kumunnyonnyola ki bulwadde bwolina kuba waliwo obulwadde obwaffe ababasiyazi nga bo tolina ogenda bunnyonnyola muntu wa gavumenti ate nga be balina okuvunaana tebabakkiriza mu ggwanga lyabwe ate nga bakulaga UN ekugamba ate gwe olina okwetwala mu ddwaliro gwe ku bigere kubanga baatuteeka wala ne woofiisi nga tebasobola kuvuga mafuta kujja eno asobole okupiitinga akutwale mu ddwaliro kwegamba nga newabanga abatusudde obusuuzi mu buyumba bwabwe bw'ofiiso n'omukubira essimu era gamba sirina transport ajja eyo wabula genda mu ddwaliro ofune quotation omale tujja basasula tuweweeza quotation tujja sobola okuba okuddiza ssente z'okozeseza mu ddwaliro ate nga tetukola kwegamba UN netunyigiriza nnyo ne tuba nga okudduka ewaffe nga tekirina kyanjawulo kyateekawo nnyo just eri twadduka kututta naye ngera nabano nga tulinga abazze mu kwaki mu kubonaabona ate omulundi ogwokubiri ennaku nyingi nyo kitwalire mu Zambia naye kampeeko omukisa n'abalala basobole okwogerawo.
Mbadde nsaba omu ku bapanelist asobola kutranslatinga ku mufuldaani byatugambye.
Thank you so much for this opportunity once again. In brief, what he has talked about, like when they came in Zambia to seek for asylum, they are first taken to transit center. But when they reached there, they were discriminated. Actually, they were that discrimination from the people they got in the camp, and even friends, like friends within the camp, they could not make friends with anyone around the camp. So at the end of it all, it brought a lot of commotion within the camp, and some of the groups were transferred from that place and taken to a place called Bichongwe, meaning Budundeke, where the UN had rented for them a safe house from. So from there, life was also not all that good, because you don't expect like an asylum seeker to be paying for water bills, electricity bills, and the rest, like also to provide himself also food, yet the person is not working. So even like when it came to illnesses, they would do like they would call those officers at UNHCR, like we have our colleagues, maybe some of them. So they would tell them that you use your own transport, go treat yourself, then you make for us accountability. At the end of it all, we shall send you the money. But even if you do it, they would not send the money. So at the end of it all, like for the years they have spent in Zambia, they have suffered a lot, like even leaving their country to come and seek for asylum in Zambia. It was more like they were meeting their death penalties in Zambia, because they suffered a lot, because there was no difference between like them, however much they are running away from death penalties from maybe other circumstances within the country, but even here, it couldn't. Actually, there was no difference. So they were facing the same challenges that they were facing before. So I think in brief, that's what he said. So like even in the illnesses, you cannot go to government facilities and you say like you're a gay person and you will be able to get like treatment from that side. So those illnesses of LGBT community, they could not go to those facilities and get help from there. So at the end of it all, they faced so many challenges.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give this opportunity to my new guest today. She's also going to share with us the situation, the experience that she's facing here in Zambia.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas. Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Dennis. what I can say, since I came here, things were not good at all. Up to now, things aren't good at all because you'll be there walking, even you feel like you're not secure, you're scared of everything. Because whenever you pass on people, they're like, hey, you see, that one, she's a lesbian. Because they know that the whole house, we are LGBT people. And another thing, when they took us to the safe house, they just gave us a mattress. Imagine, just a mattress, no food. You're going to the new people, you know no one that you can ask for help, you're just there. So everything wasn't good at all, no food, you'll be there suffering, even you regret why you came running to this side, you feel like you want to kill yourself sometimes. Everything, you have to pay water bills, you have to pay for yourself electricity, you have to look for food to eat, where even you don't know where you can get it from. Everything is upside down, you feel like, oh, why you cast this place, it's that's what I can say. Like, even I don't know how I can explain it, but things aren't good at all. One of our friends was beaten. He went outside, he was beaten by people, which shows that we aren't secure here anymore. Things are getting worse and worse at every moment, every second. And another thing, sometimes you become sick, we girls, you know, you get these things of infections, using the same toilets. So getting treatment, it's something which is very big. No one is going to give you money, transport money to go to the government hospital to get that treatment. No one will give it to you. So you have to improvise for yourself, which is even hard for us. You can't work. Here working, you have to do with a working permit, which they don't it, it to us. Things are very hard. Just we pray that we can get people who can help us improvise for us food, like money for using. You know, girls, we need things to use as we girls, sanitary pads, what and what, everything. And you know, you become sick. Things are very really hard. We just need your help to help us to leave this country as soon as possible. Because even the president talked about it, that he no longer wants the LGBT people in his country. So we aren't in a good condition at all.
Thank you very much, my guest of today. Uh, we are going to talk about insecurity, and we are still talking about it because we left our country because of insecurities. Again, we are in an insecure country. So we would call upon all the human defender, like human rights defenders, activists who can really join hands and fight for us. Because the country that we are in, they really hate us, they really discriminate us. So we are really insecure, though we have that protection of UNHCR, but it's not enough, because any UNHCR coming to rescue you from their office to where you are staying, you'll be already dead. And maybe they will just come to get the dead body and go to bury. So we really need your help on that issue. So our producer is going to show us some photo whereby one of our lesbian was beaten because of her being lesbian.
Actually, adding, supplementing on what our host has also has talked about. You know, like that photo. Hope you are seeing all that photo. That is one of our colleagues that was beaten and was admitted in the hospital. Of which, like, you cannot just go to any hospital around, so you have to know where you are going. So about that issue of insecurity, for sure, this place, I thought, like, me, I almost wanted to commit suicide. Or sometimes even you get hunger and you want to fight someone. You know, being discriminated whereby in a way that you're insecure in a place whereby someone telling you a foreigner, yet you are all black. Now what is that? Are you seeing the kind of insecurity? And the worst thing is when they hear you speaking, you don't speak their local language. I see. You become, so long as you don't know the local language, you become, I think, insecure in this place. So you'll end up being beaten. Or I don't know what they can do, but sometimes we just cool down because some of us, the hunger, if the hunger comes, you will really want to fight someone because it is really disgusting for someone to say that you are what? You are a foreigner. But even if I'm proud of what I am, it doesn't mean that you should also cause some kind of insecurity about my my being, like my being a gay or belong to the LGBT community. But sometimes we just have to, we leave things and we play it cool. But the distance of where you are put once you are beaten and you call for help from UN, as my host has said it, for sure, they'll just carry the dead body, the gun, bury it, or they burn it somewhere, and your case will be closed. So we call for help, wherever it is, whether human rights, wherever you are, let's join hands and fight for us. Where we are not safe at all. We need to be evacuated away from this place. We need to be resettled away from this place. Please, we kindly beg for help. Anywhere you are, please join hands and you help us to leave this country as soon as possible. We are not safe at all. That is one of our colleagues. So that's what I can say.
Thank you very much, my panelists. I'm also going to give another chance to Mr. Vincent also to talk about the insecurity that we are facing here in Zambia.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dennis. This country, they are having their culture, which I can call unique. Like my colleague has said here, once they learn that you do not speak their local language, you become totally different from them automatically. I remember some time back we went to buy some food. There were ladies who were supposed to sell us food, and we weren't speaking English because it's the only language we can communicate through with them. But she really refused to come because they spoke some words. I only heard the word that I'm a foreigner. Then we stood there for like 20 minutes, and it was the only place where there was food. That evening, we suffered to get what to eat. They adamantly refused to sell us food because we are a foreigner. That is how they call us. So it keeps us feeling that insecure. Secondly, we don't, being in this place, we fear to go into the city moving anyhowly. You stay in one place and you even feel your head is full of depression. They have this tendency of their system in the immigration office. They have a system whereby you walk someone stops you, bring what your documents. So a mere finding that you are a foreigner, however much you have those papers from UN, they will arrest you. At least you spend there a night, and the next morning you will be released. Or if the UN doesn't respond quickly, you will spend there some days. So we are always feeling insecure. We fear to move around anyhowly. We, some of us, for example, like me, we used to go to churches. You sit and feel like you want to go to church, but we've not found a church where we can go and we sit with other people and you feel secured. You really go among those people and you feel you're not secure. You see like you are not man out of them. So it is really giving us hard time to stay here. It is bringing difficulties. It is giving us a lot of stress. Yeah, and to make matters worse, like our guest has said, the president has recently, last month, he condemned seriously our community, the LGBT community in this country. So whenever they talk about it as a leader, it awakens most of their citizens to, it gives them more courage and more awareness that LGBTQ community is there, and so they are also able to fight against us. Once they learn that you are belonging to LGBTQ community, they consider us abnormal. I don't know how they are not friendly to us at all. Yeah, that is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my panelists. I'm going also to ask our producer to, as they talked about what the president talked about the LGBTQ. You know, this country, they call themselves a Christian country. They love Bible a lot. So this thing of ours, for them, they see it as an evil thing. We being gay, we born like this, having such a feelings, for them, they see it as an evil thing. So, you know, we don't want to talk anything without proof. So we don't want to say that the president of Zambia said this, the president of Zambia said this without any evidence. So we want to share with you this story of ours with evidence. So my producer will show us those words that the president quoted in his speech. As we continue, I'm going to also welcome another panelist, Valentine, also to share with us about insecurity. For them as girls, because sometimes you see some of the men here, for them they don't see you, they don't see them as, maybe they don't think what they are. For them they see them as female. So whenever they are walking on the way, they really, you know, they what I can say over this is a backward country, because they really do strange things. So she's going to share with us how she's secure or insecure in this country.
Speaking about insecurity, insecurity has been a very big impact. It has impacted us a lot because we have been so insecure in terms of being around homophobic people, most especially where in the communities where they put us. Now, for example, us that we are put in the safe house in Chongwe. People already know that it's an LGBT community safe house. So with that case, we are being isolated. You can't go around people even if you need some kind of help. Because you know we are girls. Okay, fine. I might be looking like this, dressing like this. Well, because I feel so fine when I'm doing so, that people will start judging me because of my dressing code. I don't know if they are too backward or they are not informed, but I don't think that you should judge someone because of their dressing code. So specifically, I don't know how they want us to be dressing up. Because you will find when they find my feminine girl putting on how she's putting on, feeling like she's too smart for the day, they'll also abuse her. This country is too much used of these rapping whatever prods. I know it in my language from home, it's called kitengi. So every time they see her around, you can't put on, even if it's kind of short. What's the deal? Someone putting on a short dress or a short trouser or a short skirt, kind of, but they see you are like an evil thing, as if you're bringing a curse to the community. I don't know. I don't really understand why they discriminate us when it comes to that. Because whenever they see you, one day I was working with one of my girls that we stay with, and they were like, "You, we can take you right now to police. Why are you putting on like that? The next time you're walking through the public, put on a kitengi." Unfortunately, we didn't know that it's supposed to work like that because in Uganda, everyone puts on like the way they feel like, and for other also developed countries that have watched, they put on like the way they feel like you feel contented with anything that matches with your body, as long as you feel like you that is putting on that thing, that cloth, that you're very fine. But it's not the same case here. Here people want to choose for you what you're supposed to dress up. That's a matter of fact, which is too much history that you will be walking along, men will be insulting you. Last time one of my girls was pulled down. They think that when you put on something skimpy, you're a prostitute. They were asking her how much, really, how much, because of what you're putting on. You're not allowed to walk in public because according to your dressing code, which is so much insecure. We can't walk in the night. First of all, the house that the safe house that we are put into, it's, you may say it's a safe house, but how? Because I've never seen any security guard over there. Unfortunately, they say they installed this electric fence and also cameras, but you remember all those use electricity, and of which we are the ones supposed to pay for our like electricity bills, of which we can't afford that. So we had to disconnect that so that at least we can survive. We only pay for the electricity that we use to charge our phones to stay online and know what's going on, because one day we might be attacked, because their president might say, if you see an LGBT person, kill, just kill. So if we don't know what's happening, we have to update ourselves. That's why we decided to do what? To only remain with power to charge only our phone. Thing. Sorry for the disturbance. Um, there is shortage of it to find possible ways of getting something to survive, and then you don't know how to communicate with people, because learning this language so quick is not so simple. It's not easy. And also, they want us to learn their language by force. But I think as long as someone can understand my English, we can there communicate. But every time that I speak a language that they don't understand, they make it a big thing. They make it an issue. And yet, if they speak in their local language and they are discriminating me that I'm a foreigner, which means a foreign person. So specifically, I feel like I'm attacked because if I come to you and you really they do understand English, this is a country that they learn English. So if I come to you and I'm asking for inquiring for something or I need something, even if I'm buying it from you, as long as we can do communicate, why not easing things for me so that we do communication and things get simple. But as long as uh, I speak, they see that I'm speaking only English, that I don't understand any of their languages. They feel offended. They feel like they make me feel like I'm insecure because they say maybe I'm attacking them indirectly because they think maybe I'm of some harm to them. So there are a lot of insecurities really. Finding is a place to stay within because people here are so totally homophobic, pretending to be religious and Christians kind of, which is also not okay because these people I really doubt their kind of religion because why would you treat someone that harsh just because you I really don't understand. So insecurity has been so much because it can cause sometimes it makes us feel like the discrimination makes us feel psychologically tortured. Maybe they are thinking, oh my god, now at least in my country, I was not this much discriminated because of the what? Because of what you because of the people that anyway they know we communicate the same language. But here it's an obvious case. Being not knowing not the language is a very big case. It's a crime. It's not even a case, it's a crime. God. That's the least I can talk about. But most especially being in a homophobic country where people are illiterate about our community and they don't understand our ways. That's why we are being discriminated. We are being insecure. We don't know whether we are safe for our lives. Most especially that we are too far from where we can get help from. Anything can happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my panelists. Uh, I'm going to give another opportunity to to my new guest of today also to share the insecurities as a person. How has she found the place? How the okay from the time that she came to Zambia up to now? Have you been insecure? Have you been secure in this country?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dennis. What I can say being insecure in this country, once, I like communicating to people. So once I found a guy at a shop, I just wanted to become a friend. You can be in the house, you be depressed, and you feel like everything you're tired of it. So when I found her there, so we started talking, we shared our numbers, we became friends. Then she called me to visit her at their place. When I reached there, her mother was like, "Who's that one?" And then she said, "My friend." Then the bad thing I didn't know that Chinyanja, their Zambian language. Then this lady said, "Are you a Ugandan?" Then I was like, "Yes." She said, wait, you should leave this place. Don't even never come near." My daughter was like, "Oh, Jesus." And she abused me very badly. I felt like I never liked it, like the way she talked to me, because I had no any bad intention to do on her daughter. So that one wasn't good at all on me. So another thing, you can go walking, you find these guys on the road. These people are good drunkards. They pulled you. You come here. What are you wearing? You should come and visit us. And you'll be like, excuse me, can you just leave me alone? And they say, they don't have manners at all. They don't respect people. They don't respect people the way they put on their clothes, because everyone has his or her choice to put on anything they want. But these people, they are men. They don't respect at all. So that thing tortures me a lot. I feel like I'm out of that place. That's all.
Thank you very much. Mukulu Dani naye agenda kutunnyonnyolako kuba ye munnange mukulu munnaffe wano ye taata waffe kuba emyaka gy'amaze wano mingi tumuwa ekitiibwa, so naye agenda kutunnyonnyola yawangadde atya wadde omwejja emyaka 2.5 oba kati agenda mu 3 kuba ffe twakatandika, ffe omuliro twakagutandika, kati ye ajja tutunnyonnyola.
Webale nnyo mukulu Dennis. Zambia yo ng'ensi teyagalira ddala muntu musiyazi kubanga ensi y'Abakatuliki. Era abasiyazi batwalira ddala ng'abalina ekizibu ku mutwe. Kyebula basusudde nnyo naye ng'era tusigamba nti twagenda twewandikako obupande tuli basiyazi, naye emyaka 3 toyinza kubeerawo ng'omuntu n'obeerawo nti sisobola kwagala muntu. Ne bategeera tuli basiyazi ne ku kyalo kye batwalako ekyongwe abantu ne basusulira ddala kubanga ka village si kikanene nnyo. Ate abantu baba bamanyi nti ekikomera kyagunga nga tuli mu bikomera. Naye UN ekizibu kyayo terina security gyetwaladde n'akamu. Ate ofiisi zaabwe baziri wala okusinziira ku kitundu kye batuteekamu. Kati balinga abaatusuula eyo. Sigamba nti bagenda twewanikako obupande tuli basiyazi naye era ng'omuntu alina omusaayi oba olina okukola ki okufuna era ekintu ngeri gyolina okwebeezaawo. Kati awo bategeera munange tuli basiyazi naye terina kyetuyamba ku ekyo nti baba bategeera. Kati ate n'ekizibu kye tulina baatuleeta ekyo nga batujje Makeni. Kati ate obudde buno ate baagala tuzaayo Makeni ate nga nayo tewali seefu. Kale ate okudda e Makeni ate kisingako ate okubeera eno wadde ate eno wala nnyo. Naye kati eri e Makeni yo baasalawo buli omu akimanyi nti kasi toyogera Oluganda oba musiyazi. Ate nga wasinga abantu abatamiivu ennyo, abantu abasosolera ddala omuntu omusiyazi. N'ekirala ku nsonga y'okwebeezaawo, UN ebadde erina obusente bwetuwaayo buli mwezi netuwaayo kwa $5. Naye kaakati ate kati nga nze bazinzigyeko. Nga nze banzizeeko ezo sente ze balina okuppa kwa $5 omwezi ne baŋŋamba ngende noonye omulimu nkole. Tebanfunidde working permit gye baŋŋamba nti ngende noonye omulimu nkole. Kyokka ne akatawuni ke bagamba nti tenina okukoleramu ate bakimanyi nti ndi musiyazi tewali asobola kuneesembereza. Kati awo simanyi we ngenda kuddamu kubeerawo kubanga badde batwayo kwa $5 omwezi, ndowooza mu Uganda ze emitwalo nga 10 omwezi nga zisobola zitetenkanya. Olina osasulako amasannyalaze, olina osasulako amazzi, olina osasulako ne kasasiro, olina okwejjanjabako, olina okulya. Naye kati obudde buno nze baŋŋambye bazinzigyeko lwakuba nafuna rejection. Ne baŋŋamba bazinzigyeko sigenda kuddamu kufuna yadde buyambi. Ne baŋŋamba ngende nkole. Naye katawuli ke batuteekamu buli muntu yategeera ddala nti tuli basiyazi, tewali asobola kwesembereza. Kati yo UN Zambia yo ninga eyajja okubonaabona ate nga naye manyi nsobola okuba nga nze ogenda mu UN oba otuuse emikono gy'abantu abasobola okutegeera kubanga UN erina ebitongole bingi ebibaddeko n'abasiyazi kati tumanyi basobola okutubeerera abangu naye bongedde tunyegereza bunyegereza byebyo byange.
Thank you, our viewers. I want to briefly interpret what he has talked about. First of all, he said Zambia being a Christian country, they don't like the LGBT people in their country. And another thing, he was like, when they are taken to the safe house in Chongwe, Makeni, Ndeke, Minudu Ndeke, they were put there, but the community discriminated them so much. Abuses were there by the community. You find like they cannot even interact with anyone around there. So life really became hard for them because where UN got for them a safe house is really far away from town. So you could not even like mentally, they had mental issues. So you'd be mentally perturbed. First of all, you are thinking about food, you are thinking about electricity, bills to pay, you are thinking about water bills to pay. So at the end of it all, you find like you are under stress and mental issues could really arise between them. And even in the treatment, they could not even get treatment from anywhere. So at the moment, like UN they were suggesting that they are going to transfer us away from that place and take us to the Makeni Transit Center. But it's more of the same because once you are put in the transit center, so long as you pick the local language and they know that you are from Uganda, so long as they hear us speaking our local language, they totally know that this one is is LGBT person. So in the community, like himself, they got rejected by UN after doing the interviews. Right now, UN has told them like for all those who got rejection, there are some money that UN always gives us in terms of CBI that will cater for our bills and maybe food. But just imagine they are giving you 100,000 per month. You have to pay electricity, you have to pay for water bills, you have to buy food with it, you have to get medication with it. Sincerely, 100,000, it could not actually do anything for them. And at the moment, as for them, they are rejected by UN. So they are telling them they should start businesses, they should hustle around. But how could you make someone to hustle? Yet you know even the community where they are not liked, they are discriminated. So it's kind of hard for them. Life is really hard for them. So they are requesting for any help from anywhere, wherever it is. We call for help. Like for them, they need to rent a house. They need to take care of themselves. So they are calling for any organization that will come up and maybe do something for them. It will really be a great pleasure for them to have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The 100,000 that he's talking about, it's not kwacha. it's Ugandan shillings, and when you change it here in Zambia, it is $500. So that is $18 that they give us every month. So, and some of us, since we came up to now, we haven't received that money. It's now like 6 months. So we really call upon the international organizations which can really help us in terms of food, in terms of shelter, because some of our friends, those who got rejections, they were just out of the camp, out of the safe house. They no longer get CDI, that small money, the $18 I'm talking about. They are not supposed to get it. So they are really in bad condition. They don't know what to do. They don't have now. For now, they don't have even money to rent. They don't have anything. So we call upon the international organizations, NGOs, that really can come up and support us. Those, like, maybe if there is any organization that can fund us with shelter, at least they can get where to stay. So that's what he was sharing with us. So also the transit camp, it's not safe because it's a general camp and it has a lot of homophobia. And the moment you know the after this thing, the moment you say I'm from Uganda, everyone will just push you away. We will automatically know that you are an LGBTQ. So we really call the help, the international help, the organizations, the human rights defenders organizations, the activists who can really put our voice, because we really know that you guys out there, the human rights defenders, activists, you can raise your voices and your voices can be heard. So by UNHCR, by the government, because maybe you can raise the voice and maybe they shorten the process, because someone being here for over 3 years, 4 years, you don't know what next. You don't know whether you are going to leave this country. You are insecure. You don't have food. You don't have where to sleep. It's really hard. So at least if you raise your voices together, maybe they can hear and say, no, let's do this thing in hurry so that we get out these people from this country. So I think it's time. We are going to give my panelists are going to give their remarks and my guests as we are winding our show. So I'm going to start with Mr. Vincent. He will give us the remarks and we finalize the show.
Thank you, our viewers. We appreciate your time to following us. I'll conclude by saying this is not a safe place for us. The issues we have talked here, if I can rate it to percentage, we have just talked like 13% of our problems. We have a lot of challenges that we are facing here, and of which we have no solution for them. So this is not a safe place for us. It is giving us a lot of headache. It is stressing us, like we thought we ran from that side to get secured, and then we are even here getting tortured mentally. So things are not good here at all. We don't have security. We don't have uh, rights to defend us here. Things are not good for us. That is it briefly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent. I will also invite Gaetan also to give us some remarks.
Thank you, my co-host, my host, Dennis. Thank you, our viewers, for the time. It's always our pleasure if you are online and maybe you are following us. We are really grateful for that time that you given to us. My remarks, actually, before I make a remark, I know all of us when we flee our country, we passed, actually we crossed the borders. But sincerely, Zambia is another bit of hell country. At a border called Nakonde to Duma, some of us we are conned. Actually, all of us, not even all of us who are here, we are conned money from that place. That place is the hell. We really call for people who are there. Maybe if you can reach out to the government, at least you inform them in advance that that border should be at least they should sensitize them that not everyone that is running away from Uganda to go and seek for asylum has money. So we really call for help about that. So briefly, I would love to call for all organizations, all human rights defenders, all activists, wherever you are. We know, like amongst us, we have people who got rejected. They need people like you to fight for them. They need, actually, we also need you to fight so that we can leave this country. We are not safe at all. So wherever you are, all organization, if you can give us any kind of support, we really want to appreciate it. We shall appreciate it because we are not working. So you people, you are the ones, maybe you can make us to live in this country. And maybe if at all you fight and we leave this country, we shall really be, we shall never forget you people if you come up and fight for us. So I really call for all help wherever it is. We have some of our people that left with their children. They need medical health, but because we are really in a tight situation, we cannot provide it to ourselves. So you find like every single pin you get, you have to look for a way of seeing how you can feed yourself. So we really call for all international organizations, we call for funders, we call for all help from all the corners, wherever it is, we shall really appreciate. So we really want to thank Humanist TV Africa for this opportunity. We are always pleased to be with you. We thank the management. We thank Mr. Kato Mukasa for giving us a platform where we can also speak from. So we really want to thank you for the time you've given to us. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you very much. Also, let Valentine also give us some remarks as we are ending the show.
My colleagues have said it all, so I only have a few to say. I want, first of all, thank all our viewers that always give us their time, that listen to us, and those that put what we speak into actions. I'm grateful for the people that give us their time. Don't always forget to like, subscribe, share, so that we can inform more other people about what we really are and that we are proud of it, and for them to feel also free or because of what nature called them for. And also the rest, my colleagues have said it also. That's all. I want to thank HTV for this opportunity that they've given us the courage to be able to speak out what has been paining us all this time, and hopefully that we'll get help and assistance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As we were waiting for our producer, he's still doing something. I'm also going to talk about something as he talked about. People talk about corruption. And really, sorry, this country, I can say it's the first country which is corrupt. Because for them, their corruption, it's like they are like in a market. They don't do it while hiding, but they do it openly. So that when you are coming to this country, that border only. Because me myself, I left my phone there because I wasn't having any single coin in my pocket. So I reached on that border. I was having 50, was it? No, it was 100 Ugandan shillings. That's what I had. And when I reached there, I found some blockers because I didn't know the kwacha thing. Me, the only currency I knew it was my currency. So when I reached there, they told me, oh, let us exchange. I gave my what? My 100. They gave me 50 kwacha. And when they gave me 50 kwacha, me, I was very happy. I thought maybe it will help me because these guys, they asked me $50 to stamp on my what? To stamp on my passport, to give me a visa. to enter their country. And when these people, they are asking you that money, they do it openly. It's a market on that border. You find someone with an envelope, a big envelope full of money. Whoever passes, if you're not a Zambian, you have to pay. So it's really, really hard, and I couldn't remain on that border because I didn't have money for lodge. I sold my own phone that I had remained, the phone that I could communicate to some people. So I reached in Zambia when I had nothing. I had no communication. I had nothing. So it is really, really hard and really, really shameful. So I don't know, maybe it's the business. I don't know if those workers who are on that border, if the government maybe doesn't pay them. I think maybe that's why they are doing this. Maybe they are not paid. Because for them, I think it's the other thing, it's not a border. That thing is a market where people just, for them, they just come to work, like they come with their what, their pen. That's what they, so their pen does everything. Stamps does everything. So we really, really, really say, me, I can say this is really, really, because I passed almost, because I passed Kenya, Busia, I passed in Tanzania, but I didn't pay anything. But I was surprised to see that I have to pay for a visa to enter in this country. So
It is not receipted.
so I would like also to invite my guest also to give some remarks as we are ending our show.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for hosting me here, and everyone. What I can say, let everyone, whatever they are, this fellow fellow people of LGBT community should keep themselves very well, because these days people are very harsh and they can kill you at any time without asking anyone. Mostly in Uganda, things are becoming hard. People are being killed, being beaten. So let us keep ourselves, because life is the best thing for everyone. Thank you so much for hosting me.
Thank you very much. Also, Mukulu Daya agenda tusiibulako atuweeyo ku bisembayo, so as we will finish our program.
Ewalainyo mukudenesi nze nkuwa omulanga wali ebibiina byonna abasobola otuyamba, muveeyo mutuyambeko, kubanga tulinga abasuulibwa UN batuzudde bwe. Kati ate ddala nga nze gwe baba Jackson ninga gwe basuulira ddala, kubanga kati sikyalina kyenfuna yadde mu UN okuggyako obuliri n'okusula wokka, ennyumba n'obuliri. Tebakyampa kyakulya, tebakyampa bujjanjabi, n'obujjanjabi tebakyabumpa, tebampangako bujjanjabi. Kati kwegamba olaba nga tewali njawulo n'okuva ewaka. Kati nkubira omulanga bonna abasobola okutuyambako, ebibiina bino ebisobola okukwatako, mujje mutuyambe.
As we are winding our show, I'm going to also, there is something that I was talking about. As we were talking, we said about the president's speech about LGBT in this country. So our producer is ready with it. So he's going to show you, our viewers, what we are talking about. It's not just that we are lying or what. So for us, we are here to talk about, we really talk with evidence. So our producer is going to share with us those documents, the newspapers where it was broadcast as we went also our show for today. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us, HTV, Mr. Kato, our rescue. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We want also to thank our producer for the great work that you are doing. You are really doing a great work. You deserve, I don't know what you deserve, but may God really bless you for the work you are doing, because it's not all that easy, but at least you've always been there, and you also spared
That's the president's speech that was broadcasted this last month, that every Zambian should say no to LGBTQ in this country. That means we are really unsafe. So we really need help. We really call the human rights defenders. We are here in this country, but we really don't know even which country, like which organization, because at least in Uganda we knew some human rights, some law defenders, like NGOs that really fight for LGBTQ. So at least even if you are caught, or even if you have any problem, you can call them, they come for rescue. But we are here in Zambia, we even don't know any NGO which can really, like a law firm NGO that can really fund, like can really come for rescue. So we are insecure, and we really call upon your help. So at least we request to you to raise your voices together to fight for us here where we are. At least also mostly our friends who got rejections, because it is really tough. You are given a rejection which a country doesn't like you. How will you survive in that country? And remember, if you are given a rejection, I'm not sure they will give, because you already rejected by the government. And I'm not sure the government will really give you a refugee status, because they say it's a Christian country. So we really call upon the organizations that can really help us, can really save us. At least you raise your voice so that at least they shorten the process to see that we are out of this country. I have been Dennis with my panelists and my guests today. Thank you very much. See you Saturday. Subscribe to our platforms, or the YouTube channel Humanist TV, our Facebook channel, and whenever you want to reach out to us, you can contact Mr. Kato and his team, and you will get to us quickly. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I would like to thank our producer for today, Mr. Hussein. Thank you very much.